Okay, here's a line I didn't think I'd ever say. After 27 years, I'm finally getting back into playing 40k. And that takes us back to this absolute gem of a model here. He's worth sticking around for later. So let's go back. The last time I played 40k was 2nd edition, a time when the Blood Angels, not the Ultramarines, but the poster boys of the Imperium. It was a simpler time where me and my friends would spend ages gathering our armies together, only to argue about a line of sight on turn 1 and one of us would storm or claim. Normally me. And then I became a teenager and I found, let's say, less constructive ways to use my time. So wargaming was out of my life for quite a while.
But fast forward 24 years and I found my way back to the hobby through a different game, Middle-earth strategy battle game, that my friend Dave introduced me to. I thought I'd found the one game and only game that I'd play for the rest of my life. In fact, a friend had even offered me all of his Lord of the Rings minis for my entire 2nd edition 40k models. But there's one I wouldn't give him. A model from my past. A Space Marine like no other. The greatest Ultramarine I ever painted and ever lived, and probably the single best decision of my entire painting career. More on him later.
But then along came a little magazine called Combat Patrol, and I bought this one because I thought, a few Tyranids, just 3 Tyranids. Paint something a little bit different, paint something a little bit bigger. That can't hurt, that can't do any damage, right? But then I've seen that the previous issue had had a whole Inferno squad, five models for like £7, so I thought I'd better pick up that one as well. And then I realised how good a value the issue number 1 was, so I went on eBay and picked it up for like 3 times the price, so I paid £10 when everyone else paid 3. But then there was like an exclusive Space Marine captain, so I thought I'd better get that one. So I thought I'd better buy issue 6, and then a month later I still haven't opened it. Don't worry, I didn't go overboard. It's not like I bought a Redemptor Dreadnought or a Land Raider or some Eliminators or any other squads or people that might help add to the army. But I guess that's just the slippery slope that Games Workshop deliberately set up with Combat Patrol magazine. So then one day I was sat there pretending to paint, and the old 40k fanboy within me started remembering terms like bolters and tactical squads, and all of a sudden I remembered him. There was absolutely no reason to do it whatsoever, but in a moment of my 12-year-old genius, I took the Space Marine and, well, I put him on a horse. The leader and only Ultramarine cavalry unit that ever lived, galloping into battle with his extra movement, which my friend said was cheating, but, you know, he's on a horse. He's going to be quicker, right? But here we are, and somehow 27 years later, it is now the 41st Millennium, and as a salute to this beautiful, insane model, I'm going to be recreating this, but as a salamander for my new army, with the hopefully improved skills I've acquired over the years. And if you think my 40k comeback stops there, then you'd be wrong. What you're seeing here is just a few little parts, work in progress, of a diorama that I'll be making using Tyranids and Salamanders from the Combat Patrol series. So if Martian-type terrain, rocky bases, outposts, and perhaps working flamethrowers are the sort of thing you're interested in, then why not sign up to my Patreon so that you can get access to this before everybody else. So yeah, here I am, fully back into 40k somehow. It started as a paintbrush and some Tyranids, and somehow it's turned into a Land Raider and a Dreadnought and a Captain and a Special Captain and a Terminator, Librarian, and these assault squads and who knows what else. Who knows where it's going to end, but I'm going to be sharing the whole process of how I'm getting back into it on my YouTube channel, and Patreon people will get access to that first. Oh, and if you're curious to see what happens with this Ultramarine cavalry unit's comeback, this time as a Salamander, well, that's going to be going on my Patreon first, so I hope you'll join me for the ride.